some type of animal on that brick bridge back there. It looked like a sloth. Just kicked back.
Do we need to go back?
No, because we'll have time.
You got me all curious now.
I'm curious.
I think we need to go back.
Let's go back.
If it's a sloth, we have to go back.
We're going to take it if it's a sloth.
That sloth will mess you up.
Right there on that little brick bridge.
Is it a beaver? What is that? Give me the camera. Yeah, I'm going to fit.
Wildlife photography. Well, he's not a dog. Alright, we're gonna go sneak up on this nutria, I think it is. I was hoping it was a beaver. It'd be cool to see a damn beaver, but no. It's Earl, the nutria. Dude, that thing's big. Holy crap. Come here.
You got scared for a second, I saw.
Oh man, yeah, it's scary. Damn nutria, that damn thing was big. I think old homeboy, I named him Earl, I think old homeboy knew who the predator was. He was like, hey, I better get the hell out of here because I'm fixed to get eaten. This is Arkansas. What am I doing? Alright guys, out here at beautiful Mount Nebo State Park, and I know what you're thinking. Hey, that's not the Black Diamond Trail behind you, that's the Triple C. And you'd be correct, but we've got the LUTU fork review about to go down. We got the Trifox bars, the all-new headset that was professionally installed with the lizard grips on the Ledge X1. So what I think we need to do is go ahead and take this bike on the Triple C trail, do a little bit of kind of getting these forks tuned in, because this is broken. This is gonna be the real-time review. We have not ridden on these things yet. Get them broken a little bit, see how exactly they feel.
Let's see if you're gonna go over the bars with that handlebar.
Yeah, the Trifox bar been getting some hate, but it's been getting like maybe 3 people in the comments gave it a little bit of love.
I told you could flip them over, and they could, about 30 other people did too.
I ain't trying to flip them over. Anyway, it's starting to sprinkle, but we're gonna do a little real-time review for you, see how everything feels on here, and then if all goes well, we're gonna be taking this thing down the Hayes Creek Run Black Diamond Trail, and hopefully the forks hold up, and hopefully I can get used to those bars before we start going this away with them. They're cross country, everybody says. I don't know. They're Trifox bars. We're gonna get it. Real-time review, LUTU 140mm travel forks.
At least it's supposed to be.
Supposed to be. All right, guys. So let's go ahead and get it now. Triple C trail. It's a very light green, but there are some pretty cool features on it. It's gonna be perfect to try these bars and this fork out on. Now I do want to say it is sprinkling a little bit, and that wind's starting to pick up, so I do apologize if there was some like mud or something on the camera. We'll try to get that fixed as we go. Now, first of all, let's talk about these Trifox bars. I love the looks. I know a lot of people think they're ugly, and I think they're ugly too, and it sounds weird me saying, oh, I love the looks of them, but I mean, they just feel really damn cool, and the way we've got that drop on the front of the bar, man, it just looks awesome. I think it does. There's not a lot of flex in them right now as I put my weight down on them. I mean, this this fork is absorbing a lot of that right now. I'm surprised. If you guys remember when we did the Wolfman dyno test on the LUTUs, Wolfman didn't say one thing about these having flex in them. And believe me, you know the Wolf, he definitely would have said something. So that's a good sign. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and do now is we've got some climbing here. I'm gonna turn this fork lockout all the way on the LUTU. I mean, it's completely locked out up front now. Hell, it's squeaky locked up. Very tight up front. And man, I'm hoping this fork gets us through today. I'm hoping it lasts on this bike for a while. 34mm stanchions, through axle. It's completely locked out up there. It's that rear shock making all the noise. It's nice to be hunkered over that down, that -17 degree angle. It's nice to be just hunkered over that, and your hands placement, everything feels comfortable, like you can really pump those legs. All right, let's go back down. We're gonna turn this compression all the way up. We're going to get that compression ring, set it all the way down. Now let's start talking about these forks. Okay, so 70 pounds of pressure we've got in there, and the rebound is about 6 to 7 clicks on the faster side right now. They don't necessarily feel pogo-y, but they feel very smooth. Get some more speed from that. They do feel pretty damn smooth, and surprisingly, you can feel a lot of that travel, the little micro travel. You can feel a lot of that going over the smaller stuff. which usually on a budget fork, $176. Definitely, you don't really get a lot of movement in those small areas. Group set I don't like, but the forks, so far the micro travel feels pretty good. Another thing is that they have that rebound to where we're set as far as the air pressure is concerned. It doesn't feel like it's shooting me out of turns and shooting me into turns. It feels like it's absorbing them nicely. I can just get some pretty good flow. Let's hit this here. Wow. Feels pretty damn good there. That compression ring just about locked, or just about knocked all the way up to the crown there. Okay, so that area back there wasn't too bad. We got a little Rockgarden here. Let's see how it does. Kind of going a faster rate of speed. Okay, not too bad. That rear of the bike is just loud as can be right now, but not bad at all in the front end. And it's so light up there now with this carbon bar, the new fork. So I can definitely see maybe going downhill, it might be a little scary, but right now is a little far forward on that jump. And I did try to transfer my weight back. So we'll see when it comes to the downhill if I happen to go over these bars. I really hope not, but I kind of got my first taste of it right there. All right, we got another feature up here. Let's hit it. Okay, felt pretty good. Takeoff was pretty damn smooth. All right, so the thing I'm most impressed with so far with the LUTU 140s, now 140 is still, you know, we're gonna check to see if the stanchion length
the
overall
AM
is actually,
34?
yeah, is actually 140 millimeters when we get back to the shop. But for what the travel is right now, they're smoothing out. You know, they didn't sound terrible at the shop, but right now, like during the climbing, the lockout's perfect. And what I love about the Trifox bar and the mixture, dude, the bars don't have any flex whatsoever. I mean, maybe just a tad bit, but for a carbon bar that has an integrated stem on it, I thought this thing was going to be like, you know, like a pair of wings or something, and it's not. So it's pretty damn stiff up there. The LUTU fork is pretty smooth, and for being a budget fork under $200, it's actually pretty impressive in the micro travel area. Like, it's got some movement right there. Most forks don't have that, you know, in the smalls, but the smalls are pretty big, so it's going to be interesting to see where these things rate.
The smalls are pretty big? Huh?
And the smalls, they move well.
Okay.
You know? I mean, it might be a pretty big score in the small department. I don't know. Let's get some more riding in, then we're going to hit that black diamond, guys. I'm starting to kind of be a fan of these things a little bit as far as this type of trail goes.
Yeah, we'll see how the bigs do on the big trail.
Yeah, we'll see how the bigs do. We got a little rubbish. Okay, it'll be okay. We'll have to get through it. Big turn up here. All right, absorbing some good stuff. Tell you what, that takeoff right now sure was nice. I shot off like a rocket. Something's still rubbing. I don't know, this bike is so loud. Okay, now let's put this fork through some paces, shall we? All right, first switch back here. Okay, nice and smooth into it, and the exit was really nice. My chain's locked up. Hang on, my chain fell off the chain ring. What in the world? Well, this sucker's loose, buddy. My derailleur's bent. All right, so I've got the pedal and the crank arm in a stump using nature out here. This is the first time I've bent a derailleur before. I don't think the derailleur hanger or the derailleur itself is bent. If you can see the B-tensioner screw here, where this little piece of aluminum is, that's bent out. And that's why we're getting that rubbage, and that rubbage is on the tire itself from the chain. So I'm going to get my multi-tool out and see if I can unscrew this and then bend that back. Okay, so that's a bummer, it just broke. But if we can get enough tension on this derailleur, then we should be okay, right? All right, so I've got some zip ties. We're gonna try and MacGyver this derailleur. You see this little hole right here? I'm gonna try and put a zip tie through there and then pull up on the back barrel adjuster to try and keep some tension on there. So I think we have got enough tension back here with those zip ties to keep enough tension, I have to run it in 6th gear, and I think we'll have enough chain tension on there to not be slapping around too much. All right, back to the LUTUs. I have to get a little crafty. Now, we definitely have to get a new group set with this thing. Ooh, it's crap. Now, here's my little area I like to crash. See how we do here. Oh, little bouncy. Little bouncy on the front end, but I think that was more my fault with the weight department shift. Wow. What a, that picked up a lot of that slack in that fork. What I mean is that travel sure was bouncing, and it definitely didn't get too pogo-y. Good travel there, man. We will measure these stanchions the full length out whenever we get back to the shop here shortly. But wow, I'm using all of that up. So there's got to be more stanchion in there. And we done put 75 pounds, close to 80 pounds of pressure in these things. So you'd think they'd fully extend by now, but it kind of looks like it actually shrunk down. The rebound's still set at 7. And man, are they just feeling really good? They feel tough, you know? I mean, LUTU, our last ones, we blew those things out, but they handled a lot of abuse. And these guys are handling some abuse right now, and they're looking okay. That rebound knob's still there, which is good. I was really worried about knocking that sucker off, but let's keep getting some riding, and they're pretty good. Okay, let's hit this little feature here. Yeah. Wow. Definitely need some new tires, but man, are these forks really starting to absorb everything, and they're smoothing out as we go. They're definitely getting to that point of where they're soaking up the little stuff, soaking up the bigger stuff. That's one of my fun little pump areas here. Oh yeah. Wow. Not bad for a $176 fork. I'm really curious to see how they hold up over time. Everybody knows about my other LUTU forks. What happened to them? I just wish that it really would extend to the 140 millimeters of travel on them stanchions. It's starting to kind of drive me nuts a little bit. I want to know what I'm paying for is there, and right now it feels like I'm kind of being shortchanged a little bit, and I don't like that. The smalls are there. The bigs are there as far as the preload and all that's concerned, but whenever it goes to time to really absorb what I have to give to this fork on the landing department, it feels like I'm bottoming out maybe a little bit too fast now. And I don't think it's air pressure. I think it just kind of has a give out factor. All right, guys, well, you just got done seeing the real-time review, both on the Black Diamond and on an Easy Green. $176 fork. For $176, I thought it was pretty damn good out there. I love the 34 millimeter stanchions. The fork overall, it impressed me. It's pretty damn impressive. There are some positives, negatives for sure, but let's go back to the shop and let's talk about all these individual, very scientific categories and see where this thing rates. All right, guys, so what'd you think about the real-time review? Didn't go over the bars. Right?
No.
That's number one. I personally don't think it was a terrible fork, man. I was pretty happy with it. The only thing, I mean, there's a few things that are wrong with the fork. I think my biggest negative on the fork, and it was because it caused us so much confusion on just assuming that this is what it was when really it wasn't, is the whole boost axle spacing.
The boost spacing without the brakes, the brake thing was different.
So basically, if you guys watch the install video, this fork is one like we've never seen before. It's a through axle, 15 millimeter by 100 through axle, or by 110. But when they send you the fork, they send you two spacers that you would normally add to a non-boost
through axle rim, 15 millimeter rim. Yeah. Well, here's the problem.
But you don't add the adapter on for the rotor. If you do, it's going to rub against and collide with where your caliper is supposed to go. So it's strange. I've never seen that. It didn't advertise that.
Maybe that's common. Maybe that's common in the better forks. I don't know.
I don't know. So as far as the fill category goes and rating, since that's a big negative, it did take a hit on that. But let's go ahead and go over it. What's up with the ratings?
Okay, well, so now the ratings, so LUTU AM 34, 140 millimeter, 27.5 tapered, 15 by 110 through axle, $176 budget fork. That's a mouthful.
It's a mouthful.
On the looks, you gave it a 4.8 out of 5.
Damn good looking fork. I love the blue accents up top. I do like that it has the through axle that's threaded on the end. Blacked out stanchions. Yeah.
On the feel department, ironically, I just looked. You gave it the same as the old LUTU. You gave it a 3.8 in feel, and this is where you say
3.8 out of 5.
I don't think that the rebound knob felt the greatest, and as far as the feel goes on having the adapters or the spacers as we can call them, I think it either needs to be, hey, it's a boost through axle spacing and all that, or it's not. I don't like that they sent you those spacers, so that's why I scored it that.
Okay. The Wolfman opinion on that one, it would have been probably a point lower.
Point lower for you?
I also don't like the rebound knob sticking down so much. But
yeah, luckily that sucker didn't get knocked off.
Yeah, that's part of the feel because it's the quality and the way everything fit and finish and all that. The smalls. Now this is where on the trails you kept telling me, talking about how great they were, and like you told me several times. And the smalls you gave a 4.3, which is a pretty solid score.
That's a damn solid score. 4.3 out of 5. I felt this fork was one of the better forks that we've tried out so far. That you can actually feel that micro treble, as I was saying all the time. It was impressive, man.
Okay, the adjustment factor, the ability to put air in and out of it, to adjust the way it responds to the rebound knob, the lockout knob, the compression, whatever you want to call it. All those in the way it actually makes a difference on the fork, you gave it a 4.7 out of 5.
4.7 out of 5. Again,
which is a really high score.
Yeah, again, very impressive on the adjustments, man. I was really happy with it. I added 5 more before we went down to Hayes Creek Run. I think it made a huge difference. I was very impressed with the adjustment factor. So
big one everyone likes, the large soaks it up factor. You gave it a 7.5 out of 10.
Well, this one here with the 34mm stanchions, I think just that beefy feel and just the overall when you're going at a high rate of speed through a rock garden, like the big rock garden that you guys saw in Hayes Creek, stuff like that, this fork handles well when it's being constantly compressed.
Yeah, I mean, that's still 7.5. You gave the original a 7, so yeah, 7.5 is not bad. I mean, it's not bad. It's not great, it's not bad. So the weight, it was a little on the heavier side, 4.54, which for that beefy of a fork, I guess that's not heavy, but it was a little heavier than some of the forks in the past that we've tested. So I give it a score of 5.46. Now here comes this is the elephant in the room. Okay.
This fork is advertised to be 140mm treble.
I'm going to rant on this real quick. Everybody says, oh, well, it might be adjustable. Listen, look, I don't give a crap if a fork is adjustable or not. I really don't. If it's marketed, sold, and you buy it believing it is a 140mm fork, then therefore it should be a 140mm treble
I don't think anybody would argue with that statement.
You would be surprised.
Anyway, it's supposed to be 140mm of travel. Obviously, you guys say on the install video, we got it pushed or pulled apart all the way to 127.
And 127 is what we're going to go with, but that's not what it measures out at.
No. I mean, right when we got done doing the trail, we said, hey, we'll give it a chance. We'll go ahead and test this thing out and see if it actually warms up and gets fully extended and we get the full potential here. Didn't happen. We measured it just a little while ago. We'll show you guys some B-roll, and it was about 120 to 121, so it shrunk down again. That pisses me off. I don't know. I think we should email the company that sold it to us and see what's up with that.
See what's going on with it. Yeah, because there's no way it's 140mm.
No, and it advertises 140. It doesn't say anything else about it.
Now, we were generous by giving it 127 because this is going to be a big blow to its score.
Yeah,
and you like it.
It should be. I like this fork a lot.
Oh, absolutely. So at 127 with the penalty, it knocks off a 1.30 on it. Now, the final score, knowing it has a penalty.
Final score.
It's a 29.
Hang on, 20?
9.26.
26. 29.26. Holy crap. So it's right above the other LUTU.
Yeah.
Holy crap, man.
And under the bucklos, which...
See, I just think it should be... I mean, thinking about it, I know that bucklos was pretty damn good.
You really liked that bucklos when you...
And that surprises me every time on how high of a score that it got. That LUTU fork, for $176 tapered through axle, I think it's a fork that maybe people could really... get some lighter trail riding in with and just enjoy it for what it is,
that's the thing. Not every one of these forks, we beat the crap out of them just so we can show people, look, this is what it handled with us. We're not saying that the forks are made for it or should be done this way. We're doing it so other people don't have to. Yeah, somebody said it best. They said it's pretty much a 140mm or long travel gravel fork is how it should be marketed. Yeah. That's kind of true. Although we're going to beat on it, and you already started. We're going to beat on it.
But yeah, man, we got some good stuff coming up. Make sure you guys tune in for Friday's video. It's going to be another doozy, and appreciate you guys watching our very scientific fork. I mean, dude, we've got a group of forks up here.
It's a group.
Our whole group group rating system. It's been pretty awesome. But guys, we appreciate it. And please like, subscribe if you haven't already. Turn the notifications on. You guys can go down below in the description, and you guys can buy us a cup of coffee. Actually, it's not a coffee anymore. It's a beer.
It's October. It's
Oktoberfest.
You guys
can buy old homeboy here a brew. So if you guys want to help support the channel and us create some content like this, please think about that. We'll even send you some stickers. But we appreciate it, guys. We will catch you next time. We'll see you guys Friday.
Yeah.